I went on a girls' trip to Europe, and when I got home, my boyfriend of 4.5 years broke up with me. One of my best girlfriends and I decided that we were gonna go on a trip to Europe. We were gonna do Italy and Greece. Like, what do you mean? What about our dogs? What about our life together? And he was like, I know I always joke about wanting to grow up and just live on an island alone and be by myself. He's like, the more I think about that though, that's actually what I want for my future, and I feel like you wanna be married and have kids and all of that. And yes, that was very true. But dude, go about the breakup a different way, more maturely. Not just like Houdini out of there.
I cheated on my husband of 14 years and lost him forever.
When my divorce was finalized and my ex-husband moved out, the first couple of nights I had crippling anxiety.
So when I was married for 13 years, and I 100% supported my ex-husband in the startup of his business. I created his LLC. I did all of these things. I pushed him to go to his taxidermy school. I made sure that he had a business. I picked the start date. I made the Facebook page. I did all of the things for him. And in the background, I was building my own business and working full time. Fast forward several years later, and we decided to get a divorce. Things just didn't work out. The why doesn't matter, but what does matter, and what I'm really struggling with right now, and I'm sure that I'm not alone, is that I was the breadwinner, right? He was a small business owner, so tax returns, write-offs, all the things. And I worked full-time, W-2, making over 6 figures a year. So when it came down to time for our divorce, even though the reasons of the divorce were not my fault fully, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm just as much to be held accountable for the divorce as him. Anyways, because I made the majority of the money on paper, I was required to take all of the debt in my divorce or pay him alimony or child support. And quite frankly, you got me up because ain't no motherfucker. So I will.
Welcome to equality, sweetheart. For decades, women demanded equal pay and equal treatment in the workplace. Now you're discovering that equality comes with equal responsibility. When you're the breadwinner, you get to pay alimony just like men have been doing for centuries. But notice how she's shocked by this. She wanted all the benefits of being the provider without any of the consequences. This is female privilege crashing into reality.
Took all of the debt and 100% am supposed to pay for all of the kids' activities and all of the things, which I do. And literally everybody in my life told me not to do that. And I thought, it's fine, I've got it, I'll be able to handle it. Everything's fine, I'm gonna be able to do it. And here we are 2 years out, and I'm literally drowning.
Listen to this woman's language carefully. She didn't support her husband, she controlled him. She picked his start date, she made his business page, she did everything for him like he was a child. This is what modern women call supporting their man, micromanaging every aspect of his life and then taking credit for his success. She built him up so she could tear him down later and claim she was the real architect of everything he accomplished. Classic female manipulation disguised as helpfulness.
I am processing the most triggering breakup I've had in 9 years.
Why are men so horrible?
Gonna be fucking single forever!
On the day my divorce was final, I'll never forget what my ex said to me. He looked me right in the eyes and he said, "You're going to regret this. You're going to get 6 months down the road and you're going to regret divorcing me." And you know what? He's right. I did have regrets.
Divorce is probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, you guys. It's been a year since everything got finalized. And I am living my best life. I am thriving really lately, and finally happy with my routine and my solitude and the things that I do on my own. But this week marks a year, and I'm feeling that grief, just kind of clouding over me, which is wild. It's this person doesn't even exist in your life after 7 years, and the thought that the things that you thought you were going to build together no longer are viable.
Here's why women regret divorce more than men. Financially speaking, women's lives get worse after the divorce, while men's get better. The standard of living for women goes down an average of 27%, while the standard of living for men goes up 10%.
Hello, my beauties. Guess who's single again? It's okay, though. It's okay.
One of the evil things I like to do to men is go on like a Hinge rampage and match with just like a bunch of guys on Hinge like late at night on like a Friday or Saturday night and get them all like riled up, right, to the point where they're all like, come over, and then to all these different men I'm just like, yes, send your address, like literally on my way, and then just like never showing up.
This woman just admitted to psychological warfare against random men for entertainment. She gets sexual gratification from manipulating lonely guys on dating apps, getting their hopes up, and then crushing them for sport. This isn't just cruel, it's sociopathic behavior. And she's bragging about it online like it's something to be proud of. This is the modern woman, weaponizing male loneliness for her own twisted amusement.
It's an evil world we live in.
Maybe that black woman would have spoke to you if you paid for her groceries. We're living in late stage capitalism. Things are expensive and black women are tired, but offered something. You might have gotten a smile, or you might have been told to get out of our face. We don't have to be nice to you.
It's just very ironic that she made this video when clearly she not missing no meals.
I went to see Mr. Pink tonight, and I'm so grateful that I got to meet Mr. Pink, because he was an incredible distraction in my life that reminded me what it is to feel being in love. He made me realize that the person I want to be with is somebody who really can fucking make me laugh, because he made me laugh every single day. I think that we were right for each other for the moment that we met and the time that we spent together. But I think that our paths are just not aligned for a long time. You know, it was just something that was a very special portion of my life that I definitely needed to have. So I went to his house tonight. He made a delicious chicken Caesar salad. We sat and we chatted, and I was really worried because I wanted to have a chat with him, and I was like, I need to talk to you, but I don't know how to do this, and I want to be sick in my mouth. I was just like, I just did not know how to begin the conversation. And he went, do you want me to go first? And it was really kind because I couldn't do it. And yeah, it was just, he's a really good guy, and we both just know that it's you know, that we're friends, and that's yeah, it was really difficult. I couldn't do the thing.
I'm doing really ugly crying because oh I didn't know my cat was in here. 2 months before I was crazy. Oh, I'm just really realizing that my marriage is over and it's really bad. Oh, I'm really sad.
So here's how I learned how to meet my own needs after divorce. So I'm that girl that was in relationships from the time she was 14 years old until at 31, I looked at my husband and I was like, peace out, dude, I'm gonna go do me now. It didn't take me long after leaving my marriage to just find the next guy. The thing was, the next guy was a lot younger and I knew that it wasn't going to last forever. He looked at me the same way. It was a casual thing. But ending that casual thing, that's when it got really hard. Casual guy and I are still great friends, but separating that meant me going out on my own emotionally for the first time since I was 14 years old. When that casual thing ended and I was like, okay, Jade, we're doing this. We're gonna learn how to just fulfill our own need. I went through at least a 6 to 8 month span where I was very angry at men. Very angry. Because in my world, in my life, they've basically been a constant letdown. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And during that very, very angry phase that I had, I still, in my head, was thinking, I still need to find a partner, and that, you know, the search hadn't ended.
So, the last few days have been super traumatizing for me. My own fault. It's always my fault. But anyway, I didn't know. Well, I guess I did know, but that I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction, to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't. We've been separated for a year, but we see each other a lot and we spend time as a family together a lot. And I had asked him many times, are you seeing somebody? And he said, no. He kept saying no. And then he'd take me to dinner and we'd have a nice chat. And I have a boyfriend that I've been seeing. So it's not like I think he shouldn't. Don't get me wrong, this isn't about that. But what happened was, because he didn't tell me, I felt safe around him still, like in the way that he still loved me.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person, or that you did it because you were trying, or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either, but I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
So when I actually, Mandy, walked out of that airport, no one knows this, but I was looking around for him. I know. And I thought he was going to be there. I know. And I thought he was going to be like, Anna, the only thing you did is block him before a Hindu, which was like a relaxation retreat. But and really, like, you got pushed to that. But I didn't even do it right before. If I like blocked him hours before going, I understand. It happened like 4 days before. So it's like, in a way, like, I was so unhappy because I was compromising on so many things, like his work and other things that I don't need to go into. But I was compromising on so many things. And then plus when this engagement thing came up, like, I just thought, it's another thing that I have to compromise on. I don't want to, yeah? I'm unhappy. So I ended it in a way of like, I was hoping in the back of my head that he will come back.
Here's the female mind in all its manipulative glory. She broke up with him hoping he would chase after her and beg for her back. This is emotional blackmail 101. Threatened to leave so he'll prove his love by fighting for you. But when he actually respected her decision and moved on, she's shocked and devastated. She wanted to play games, but he played for keeps. Now she's learning that men aren't puppets who dance to her emotional manipulation.
And be like, I love you so much that let's work this out.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That's love, right?
Yeah, like, I thought he was going to be at the airport with a bouquet of flowers. I thought he was going to turn up with my mom's with flowers the first day we got back. Cause
What?
I really thought, like, the love that he had for me, like, was so much and so strong that he would fight for me.
And put his pride and ego aside.
Yeah. So when I actually, Mandy, walked out of that airport, no one knows this, but I was looking around for him.
I know.
And I thought he was going to be there.
I know.
And I thought he was going to be like, Anna. But when I walked out of that and I saw he wasn't there,
I was so mad because Anna, I thought the exact same thing, but I didn't tell you because...
What you just witnessed is a masterclass in female self-destruction and the complete inability to take responsibility for their choices. Every single one of these women made deliberate decisions that led to their current misery, but they're all shocked when those decisions have consequences. The first woman controlled and micromanaged her husband, then got hit with alimony payments when she filed for divorce. The woman who tortures men on dating apps is probably single and bitter, wondering why she can't find a good man. The one who played breakup games is devastated that her ex-husband didn't play along with her manipulation tactics. This is what happens when an entire generation of women is raised to believe they can have everything without giving anything in return. They've been told they deserve unconditional love while providing conditional commitment. They think they can weaponize their emotions, manipulate situations to their advantage, and then act surprised when men stop tolerating their behavior. These women are living proof that the modern dating market has created monsters. They've been given unlimited options through dating apps, told they deserve perfection, and convinced that men exist solely to serve their needs. When reality hits and they discover that actions have consequences, they break down and cry for sympathy online. The most telling part is how they all expected their ex-partners to continue orbiting around them even after the relationships ended. They wanted to keep these men as emotional safety nets while they explored their options. When the men moved on and found happiness elsewhere, these women suddenly realized what they had lost. This is the inevitable result of a society that teaches women they can treat relationships like disposable commodities. They thought they could upgrade, downgrade, and manipulate it because they've been told men are desperate and replaceable. Now they're discovering that high-value men have options too, and they're choosing to invest in women who actually appreciate them. The tears, the regret, the desperate online confessions, this is what happens when entitled behavior meets harsh reality. These women are getting exactly what they deserve, and their pain is entirely self-inflicted. They made their beds, and now they get to lie in them alone. The lesson here isn't complicated. If you treat people like disposable objects, don't be shocked when they dispose of you. If you make relationships a power game, don't cry when you lose.